Look at this piece of cake, you guys. Have you ever heard of a hot milk cake before? This is a lemon hot milk cake, and it is delicious. I'm going to go ahead and take a bite. Look at that.
Yep, looks good. Can't wait to have a piece.
Mm. Oh, you guys. This is delicious. It's fairly dense cake, and it's all from scratch. There's only 1 tablespoon of butter in this whole cake. And you put hot milk in it at the end before you put it in the oven. This is so good. There's lemon extract in the cake, and then there's a lemon drizzle icing on top. What a treat. If you would like to know how to make this, please join me over at my counter and we'll make this together.
Sounds good. We'll see you over there, Miss Glow.
That's great. Well, let's go ahead and get this cake started. This recipe comes out of this Best of the Best from Iowa cookbook. And what this is, it's a collection of recipes from all different community cookbooks in Iowa. Everything I made in here is delicious. Now, I have in the past made the hot milk cake. This one has lemon flavoring. There's many different recipes out there for hot milk cake. And I must say it is a delicious cake and it's very easy to make. So what it calls for is 2 eggs, which I have here in this bowl. And I'm going to be whipping those up for 5 minutes till they become real foamy. And then you're going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar to that. And then you're going to whip that up for a good 5 minutes until it's real light and fluffy. Then we're going to be adding 1 cup of flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to fold that into that. And then we have milk here. And the reason it's called hot milk cake is because we're going to be warming this milk up on the stove. Not to where it's boiling, but just where it's hot. And there's 1 tablespoon of butter. So that's all the butter that's in this recipe.
How much milk, Miss Glow?
It's a 1/2 cup.
Oh, okay. Maybe you said that. I don't know.
I don't think I did say that, so thank you for reminding me. And then we're going to be making a glaze to go over the top, and there's 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. So I'm going to go ahead and whip these eggs up. These are room temperature eggs, and so they're light and foamy. So I'll be back, and then we'll add the sugar together. Well, I've whipped these eggs up here for about 3 minutes, and see how nice and foamy and lemon in color?
Lemony, yeah. They look.
So now I have that 1 cup of the granulated sugar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding this a little bit at a time. Recipe doesn't say to do that, but I usually do it this way. And you just start adding it slowly. And this we're going to be whipping for 5 minutes, it says.
Whip it good.
So I'll be back in 5 minutes, and we'll see what this looks like, and then we're going to be adding the dry ingredients. Well, I've been beating this now for 5 minutes. And look at that. And all that is the egg, the 2 eggs, and the 1 cup of granulated sugar. So now what we need to do is unplug the mixer and move that over here. And I've got a little plate here to collect the drippings so it doesn't make a huge mess. And I have my flour mixture here, which is the baking powder, the 1 cup of flour, and you sift the flour and the baking powder together and the salt and just combine it all. And then it says that we are to fold this into this mixture. I have my milk heating up here on the stove. I turned it on while I was whipping up that other. And I just have it on low. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this in. This is just really a very easy and simple recipe, and it's so yummy. And it's usually ingredients that you have on hand. It says just to fold it in. Let's see here. I don't want that to stick. That's doing good. I'm going to turn up the heat just a little. And the reason I'm doing that is because once I get this folded in, I need to pour in the milk and the butter. It looks so light, doesn't it?
It does.
So I'm going to finish folding this in, and then I'll be bringing you back so that you can see me putting the milk and the butter in. Well, we got everything combined here except for our milk and butter. So now it says to pour it all in at one time. So I'm going to do that. And I'm supposed to combine all of that. And at the very end, after we get this combined, is when we're supposed to add the lemon flavoring. I can really smell that lemon. I already have it open. Well, this just goes together so nice. I love these kind of cake recipes that are easy and you have everything on hand and you know what's going into your cake. Okay, now we're going to do the 1 teaspoon of lemon, this is pure lemon extract. There. Sit that there. Oh, it smells so good. Can you smell that, Richard?
Not yet.
No? Move it closer to you. Now it says to bake this in a 8x8 or a pan that's close to that in size, and this is the one I use. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour that in, and this is greased. I sprayed it. Remember, always grease your pan if you're using the spray over your sink, because you sure don't want that to get on the floor, and it's very slick. People have fallen by doing that. I'm just going to turn this around so I can get the rest out of it. You'll be surprised how much more is in this bowl.
Yeah, leave some so I can lick it on the bowl.
There we go. There. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my preheated oven. It says 350 degrees, but since this is glass, I'm going to be turning it down about 15 degrees for this for 30 minutes. So I'll be back after this cools. Actually, I'll show it to you when we first get it out of the oven. And then when it cools is when we're going to frost it. So I'll be back.
Sounds good.
Well, look at this beautiful cake. I just took it out of the oven, nice and golden brown. Now we just need to let this cool. In the meantime, we're going to be making a frosting together. It's like a glaze, actually, to go over this. So I'll be back in about a half an hour. Well, our cake has totally cooled off, and now it's time to make our glaze to go on top. So I have about a cup of powdered sugar here in this bowl. I'm going to add just a smidgen of salt. See, that's not much at all.
A smidge.
And I'm going to be putting some lemon juice in here too. That was probably a teaspoon. Now when you make a glaze, it doesn't take that much of a liquid to make the glaze. So you got to be careful when you're pouring. I'm going to start off with like maybe 2 teaspoons. Let's see how that is. And I also have the lemon extract over here on the side just in case we need it. The reason that I put the salt in it is because that helps to tone down the sweetness. It'll complement the glaze. So as you can tell, I'm going to need a little bit more liquid there. But I do it a little bit at a time. That doesn't look bad. Now I'm going to taste this to see where we're at as far as the salt and the lemon and everything. Needs a little bit more salt. Just another smidgen. And just a tiny bit of the lemon extract.
How much was that?
Not even a 1/16, just a drizzle. I know what I can do. Oop, that's a little much, but I'm going to put a little bit more of the lemon extract in. That's just a very tiny drizzle, but you don't want to overdo it. Perfect. Very good. You can actually taste the lemon on the back of your tongue more than the front with this frosting. So the sweetness hits at first and then you taste that lemon. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. Just kind of drizzle it on. And I've got my offset spatula here that I'm going to be using. If you don't have an offset spatula, get one. They work so well for stuff like this. This was actually a gift to me from our youngest son, Max. Look how good that looks. Whoops. Doesn't that look nice?
Looks nice. Looks good.
Really yummy. Let's see if I can spread that out over there. There we go. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that beautiful?
It's a glaze.
I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. And if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. And please share with your family and your friends. We'll talk to you later. Bye.